Hi, this is DarkFox127 and welcome to a Skyrim mod video. In today's video I'm going to be covering my brand new mod called My Pet Boar. This started out as a little project just to experiment with some new ways of interacting with pretty much mounts and then see what I could do with it. And I also have a couple of other mods following this to do with mounts, which are going to be quite interesting. So My Pet Boar is a mod that allows you to find a wounded boar in this grassy area here. It's not too far from Windhelm. I'll show you where it is. So you see, it's not too far. And there's a little bit of backstory to it. There's a guy sort of leant up against the tree over there. You won't see very well with this modded game because of how sort of grassy it is. But I'll try and show you in a moment. You'll find a wounded boar. You'll bring it back to good health. And then it will start to follow you. You'll be able to take that boar, give it a name. He'll be able to follow you around. You'll be able to ride him. You can saddle him up visibly with a nice saddle. And you can, of course, also trade with him. So he will essentially act as a companion slash mount. So he can fight for you, or you can just ride him around. Now, when you do first get here, there are a collection of wolves, usually, depending on your level. You may find that there might be a saber cat or something even worse lurking around here. So you will have to dispose of whatever is around here. So the idea is that he's been wounded by the wolves, and he essentially escaped from a boat that was docked at Windhelm, planning to go across to Solstheim. So there are some wolves around here. Rather than have you watch me batter them over the head, I am going to pretty much just cut the video here and deal with them, and then we'll get back to the boar, which you can see is just lying in the grass over there. Okay, so I've just managed to dispose of those wolves. Okay, there was a saber cat around here, but I think he's wandered off, so hopefully that's okay. And you'll see here there is a wounded bristleback. It will say search, but if you activate him, it brings up a little message box, says the bristleback appears to still be alive, but barely. And if you do listen out, I don't know if you'll hear it on the video, but he does have a really low breathing sound going there. So you can kind of tell that he's still going slightly. So what you can do is you can leave him, which isn't a good idea. You want to use the health potion. And what this will do, it will search your inventory for any health potions that you have, and it will display them in here. So it's potions of a particular type. And you'll see here I've got one minor healing potion, luckily, and I'm going to use this on the boar. Once you do that, a few seconds go by. You'll hear him grunting away. And then you will eventually regain camera control. And there we go, you can talk to the bristleback. So something to note before I go running through the features of this guy here. There is a Convenient Horses patch, as I use this mod myself. And what Convenient Horses does is it always detects every single mount that you seem to hop on. Because mounts have to be marked as horses, using the keyword type horse. And the issue with that is it starts to mess around with any creature that you mount. So I've had to do a patch which mostly functions to stop it from messing with him and affecting the dialogue. So you will need to install the optional patch once the mod is released if you want to give this a try. So it does also have a couple of issues with Convenient Horses, which are not massive, but can be a little bit frustrating at times, that require you to save and reload your game. Essentially, the dialogue likes to lock up a lot more than vanilla tends to, because it is sort of a vanilla bug, but it seems to get worse with this mod when it's paired with Convenient Horses. Immersive Horses I don't think will have a problem, but it's not been tested. So further patches in the future may need to come to sort this out. But otherwise, we can talk to him. And you will see that it says feed. So if I do feed, I have some garlic. Really? I can feed him garlic? That's interesting. I can feed him garlic. I don't think he's going to like garlic. So I'm just going to go over here. You'll see that he's actually following you now. He will follow you around. Like, he's quite grateful that you've helped him. So he's following. And we'll see there's a dead Nord near this tree. And if you read the note, it basically states that this guy was planned to be the main boar for the breeder, who wanted him to mate with the females and make more boars, and he ran away. You can read that if you download the mod yourself. It's essentially that bit of backstory that I said, just to explain why he's here in Skyrim, because as standard, you don't see boars around Skyrim, I don't believe. They're added in DLC. So that helps with the lore. And then if you search this knapsack, essentially he loves apples. So what you need to do is feed him apples. And this is what I'm saying. One of the things, I thought I disabled the convenient horses patch, but you might get this without convenient horses. On occasion, he will just lock up and he won't want to talk. This will especially happen if there are enemies nearby. This is a vanilla bug, and it's nothing I really have a solution to. But the trick here is just to wander around a little bit or just save and reload the game. So I'm just going to get this fixed so I can actually start feeding apples, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I needed to dispatch of a couple more wolves because it was really playing up. I've also sort of hard removed convenient horses off of this save, which has kind of upset it a bit. So this might be a bit weird in the video, but this should work okay. So essentially, I'm just going to feed him a bunch of apples. If you feed him about 5, it should be good. But sometimes he needs more. He's a very picky son of a bitch. So let me just keep feeding in apples, and then eventually he will love you. There we go. So the bristleback has taken a liking to you. He is now your companion, and more dialogue choices have become available. So now if we talk to him, you'll see that you can rename him, you can saddle him up, you can feed him, you can have him follow, you can ride him, and you can also trade with him. So if I rename him, let's just call him, I don't know, Boff. So immediately you'll see that he's now been renamed to Boff, which is really cool. He is actually returning back to where he came from, so he stopped following you, but then if you click on him, you can get him to follow. And it should say now Boff is now following you. So you'll see then it comes up with weight and all of that stuff. And it does grab his name. It does grab whatever name that you put on him. It will appear in the top left for various notifications. So if I tell him to wait, it will say Boff will wait here, which is a really nice feature. Something that I'm actually surprised that Convenient Horses doesn't do, but Convenient Horses doesn't allow you to rename mounts, so they didn't see the need to put that in, I suppose. So yeah, we can do that. We can saddle him up. So you'll get a little sound effect. And then the saddle will appear on him. So he's got his cool spiky saddle. And then we can also trade with him. Okay, dialogue's decided to lock up again. I think this has been really weird just because of Convenient Horses being stripped off of this save. But essentially, let's see if he'll follow. He should be following us. Or did I just tell him to wait? I think I told him to wait, didn't I? God damn it. Alright, hang on. Let's see if this will work now. There we go. I just walked away from him and went back up to him. So yeah, you can trade with him. You'll see he didn't actually eat all of the apples, which is a bit bizarre. But he does eat a fair amount. So, you can continue to feed him as well. The only thing that feeding him now will actually do is cause him to fart on the odd occasion. So we can actually ride him as well. So I'm going to do that. As soon as you hit ride, what happens is he turns into like a standard mount that you can't speak to. It's a bit weird getting on, but that's mounts, I suppose. They can be a bit freaky when they're on custom mounts. And you can see you can sort of run around with him, which is cool. You'll use him as a standard mount. When you get off him, he will revert back to his speaking state. And holy shit, is that a saber cat? I think it is. How the hell has that not heard me? I'm just going to toggle God mode because I don't really want to die in the middle of the video. And as you can see, he's murdered it. So that was actually quite good because it shows that he is capable of combat. He will kick the crap out of things, so to speak. And then we should be able to talk to him again. So I can dismiss him as well. If you dismiss him, he will actually go either to his home, which I'm not going to show you, or he will go back to where he came from. Now, what I do recommend before dismissing him, get him to follow again, and then go to a house. So, you know what? We could probably go to Bree's home. Let's go to Whiterun. Ooh, yeah, we'll just go inside a Bree's home. Because I've got open cities on, I need to just go straight here. Now, I don't technically own it yet, but basically what this mod will do is it will detect when you're inside of what is classed as a player home. So if you have any homes out there that you've downloaded that don't have the keyword for player home, then this may not work, and you would have to sort of edit that mod and correct it essentially. But anyone knowing quite what they're doing with their player homes will have that keyword on there. So what it will do, it will detect it, and you can do mark home. He will grunt, and it says Boff has a new home. So whenever I dismiss him now, you'll see that he won't wander off. He will actually stay where he is, because this is now his home. And he should sandbox around here instead. So you can leave him at home when you're not using him if you so wish. Something that might be cool going forward is I've got a mod called the Code of Moloch that I'm going to have another developer's video coming up on, which is essentially an orc stronghold. So I'm going to have like a boar pit there where you could have him stay, which might be really cool. But yeah, that I think covers pretty much most of the mod. There is also a spell, so if you do find that you lose him and you need to call him back to you, you can use the spell. So I think what it does is it actually removes it when he's not following, and now it's glitching out. But essentially, when he's following you, it will add a spell, and it will remove it when he's sort of dismissed, but you can call him back to you. So if you ever lose him, you can call him back. And of course, you can change his name to whatever you want. You can ride him or fight in battle. Like I say, that's pretty much the mod. Okay, so that is it for this mod video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the look of the mod. Like I say, it will be out on the 17th of July, so that'll be next week from the time of this video. Yeah, that is My Pet Boar. I also have plans for another mod, which is called My Pet Boar. It's a lot more detailed, it's a lot more involved. That does pretty much what it says on the tin as well, so look out for the announcement on that one. Like I say, I've also got the Code of Moloch on the way as well. I had to exit the city here because, oh my god, it is so noisy, just people shouting and talking and banging things. But anyway, yeah, so please let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already. Please consider supporting me over on Patreon. It does help to continue to support my content, my live streams, my mods, everything that I do, my tutorials, these videos. It's greatly appreciated. And also check out the website at www.darkfox127.co.uk, as you'll get a lot more information on there about things and updates if you so wish. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will speak to you all next time. You want another apple? There you go. Have some garlic. I wonder what he does for garlic. I think he ate the garlic.